welcome back to the 40-year-old Naturalista. I'm TC's Views, and I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks on how to handle your hair, your natural hair in your 40s. So today's tutorial is going to be really quick. Just wanted to show you a couple of things about protective styling and actually taking it back to old school. So you know that I am a lover of the Eco Styler gel, but recently I've been noticing that my hair was drier than normal. Granted, I did say that the Eco Styler gel does not dry out your hair, but I noticed that since my hair is 4C and very fine and very, very curly, I noticed that it wasn't getting as much moisture as I needed when I had it in the protective style of a double strand twist and then just letting it hang out for the next 3-4 days. So I was like, you know what? Maybe if I go back to the old school when my mom, my babysitters, my grandmother, my aunts and cousins used to do my hair, after they would wash it, they would grease the scalp and grease the hair. Now people are saying don't use anything that's petroleum based or mineral based because it's going to suffocate your hair. But there is a tip to that. You don't need to slather on the grease onto your scalp. Today I want to show you what I've been using. It's called the 100% Indian hemp hair scalp treatment. Usually I would use Blue Magic. That's what I used when I was younger, or Crown something another was in a red tin with a silver top on it. So since I've been using this for about a week, my hair doesn't get dry and dull and dingy dirty because I'm not using a whole lot. So what I'm doing is I'm taking some, just like back in the old school days, and putting it on the back of my hand, right? So when you get just enough on your finger, you can do the parts and onto the scalp, right? And just go up and down. Tonight I actually just rinsed my hair out just a little bit just to get it wet so I can do the Bantu knots that I'm going to show you. So, but before I do that, I have to grease my scalp. So I'm going to be doing this for the next like 10 minutes all throughout the scalp, my scalp all over my head. And I don't care if it gets on my hair. As a matter of fact, I want it to get on my hair because I want that soft texture feeling. So I have some pictures that's going to be coming up in a moment, and I just want to tell you what the process was. But before we get to that, let me just show you what a Bantu knot is. In one of my Instagram posts, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I had written something about Chiny bumps, aka Bantu knots. When I was growing up, I grew up in a Jamaican household, and my Jamaican side of the family called Bantu knots China bumps. So when I first got wind of Bantu knots, I was a little confused until I saw the process. So here's a picture of the little girl with big Bantu knots. You may have also remember seeing Jada Pinkett Smith in one of the Matrix movies with Bantu knots all over her head. I saw them as China bumps. So let me just show you real quick how I achieve mine. So I get a little bit of the grease that's on the back of my hand, run this through, right? And I'm not concerned about the parts, and you'll see why in the upcoming photos. So I'm gonna do this, separate it into two. You may see some white residue, but that's just my leave-in conditioner, my Suave that I left a little bit in, and plus my hair is wet. I like to work with my hair when it's wet. So what I'm doing a double strand twist. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. It doesn't have to be tight, and it doesn't have to be tight at the roots. And then I just twirl it around into a knot, hence the term Bantu knot. And I do that all the way around, all over my hair. So a little bit of the grease, the old school grease. This isn't probably old school. This is fairly new because I never seen it before when I was growing up. The 100% Indian hemp hair and scalp treatment. It smells great. There is a little bit of specks and stuff in there. I'm not sure what that is exactly. Actually, let me just read what's in there. Okay, so the ingredients that are in there is it's petroleum, paraffin, there's some fragrance, there's some Indian hemp extract, a couple of other stuff, soybean oil, natural herbs tea, lanolin, coconut oil, sweet almond oil. Oh, this is some good stuff. Some jojoba seed oil, and a couple of other stuff. I saw avocado in there, avocado oil. So smells like coconut oil. It's pretty good. And like I said, I'm not afraid of using petroleum or anything petroleum based in my hair, because if you think about it, when you were growing up, that's exactly what your family used in your hair. I used the same thing in my daughter's hair, and what I recall is having thick, healthy hair, just as long as it wasn't saturated in grease. And yeah, and they did the protective styling of the double strand twist when it was wet. I'm gonna just show you one more. Twist, twist, and twist, right? And then they would let it out and brush it up on the sides and throw it into some ponytails or something. And that just made life a whole lot easier. So, like I said, I'm gonna just twist it around into a knot. And all I'm doing is just, it's probably hard for you to see, but just twist it around the base, and then depending on how long or short your hair is, you may need to secure it with a pin or a rubber band, but I don't. See, this is what the Bantu Knots, aka China bump, looks like, right? Then I woke up the next day and I unraveled each bump. So in this picture you see the hair unraveled from all sides. Then I took my wire pick, which is this. It's nice and fine, it's not fat, it gets right in the roots. And then I started to lift from the bottom all the way to the top. And I did it until it was nice and full for me for the first day. So that was day one. So day two, you're gonna see what you're looking at now is, you know, it still looks pretty fresh. And day three, you see that the curls aren't so defined anymore, and it's fuller. And this is day four. You see it's big and full. It was actually breezy that day, and part of the top of my hair was moving around. But anyway, the Bantu Knot for the protective style really worked for my hair. 4C, fine, extra curly, extra coily. And you know, I just took it back old school. Use the grease. There is nothing wrong with using grease. Just remember that a little goes a long way. If you have any questions, email me at TC's Views or leave a comment in the comment box below, or you can follow me on Instagram. I also got a couple of phone calls from people who I've been friends with for years, and they appreciate what I'm doing for the 40-year-old naturalistas who are new naturalistas, because we all are in some way, shape, or form going through the same thing. We want to know, how do we get our hair to do the great things that all the other naturalistas are doing? But you know what? We're getting older, we're getting up in age, and we have thinning, we have worry spots, we have dry spots, and how do you handle those? And some days the only way to fix it is to take it back old school, and if that means bringing out the grease, that's exactly what you need to do. So hit me up on Twitter, TC's Views, hit me up on Instagram, TC's Views, or shoot me an email at tcsviews@gmail.com. And I'm the 40-year-old naturalista. Hope to see you soon.